Hi, I'm Dr. David Rowe from Rowe Chiropractic offices, and I'm here with William today. And William has graciously agreed to share his chiropractic story and his experience at Rowe Chiropractic. So, William, for starters, who sent you to us?
Dr. 𝗘𝗵𝗆.
𝗘𝗵𝗆 is
a TMJ specialist.
Yes, he certainly is.
Who recommended that I come and see you.
Fantastic. And and what was going on before you, when you went to go see Dr. 𝗘𝗵𝗆, and then ultimately when you came to see us, what was going on?
Yeah, so I had a bit of tinnitus ringing in my right ear when I saw Dr. 𝗘𝗵𝗆, and we fixed it, or we tried to fix it with a retainer type device. It didn't quite solve the problem, but he recommended that I probably take a two-pronged approach to it. And then I came and saw you.
What was the connection that he was making between the retainer, the jaw, and the ringing in the ear?
I think that there's a bit of a clenching that I had been doing while I was sleeping. I think that probably goes back years. And then the connection he was making was with the clenching, the jaw, and then just the head and neck kind of area. And
so when it was at its worst, let's say, 10 is unbearable. When it was at its worst, how bad was it?
Yeah, I think at certain stages it would get to like a 6 or a 7.
And that really gets, so you're like, that's changing your life at that number.
Yeah, it was very kind of debilitating at certain times. It wasn't like that steadily, but that would be like the max out. I think I got to.
You come in, so you get referred into the office. We do look at the tracking of the jaw, but the examination is a spinally based exam. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at the posture, we're looking at the neurology. When we showed you your x-rays, were you surprised?
Very, yeah. I don't know what I was looking for or what I was expecting necessarily,
Okay.
but I think that you had different lines that were showing what is supposed to be normal.
Yep.
And I was not normal in terms of the alignment, I guess.
We started working with you, and in terms of our approach that's unique at Rowe Chiropractic offices, we're doing these two techniques, 𝗫-𝗿 and chiropractic biophysics. And the 𝗫-𝗿 is the adjusting technique where we're actually moving the vertebra.
Right.
And the chiropractic biophysics is all the traction that we're doing, and the home traction, and the therapeutic exercises, and the drop table. All of these are part of the CBP chiropractic biophysics program. How long did it take till you started to get some results?
It felt like the first few weeks were kind of frustrating because I didn't see any kind or hear any kind of results, right?
Yeah.
But I think after like about 6 weeks to 7 weeks, there started to just be not just with the ringing, but maybe just the overall kind of feeling of not feeling as run down, maybe having a bit more energy, sleeping better. I noticed that kind of right away. So I'd say about 6 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's interesting that the approach we're saying, even though, yes, patients commonly come in with a specific health concern, our approach is, how do we make your body as strong and healthy and vibrant and youthful as possible,
right,
so your body can actually, the real healer, can do the healing. So you started in May with this, so you say we certainly had a 4-month or longer.
Right.
And there was some old history of jaw tension and things like that.
Right. I'd been clenching for a while. And it just, my wife brought it to my attention, and so the clenching had been persistent, but I never really put the two things together before until recently.
Yeah. And so, have you had any days where you had no symptoms for the whole day?
No, unfortunately not. But I think I mentioned to you earlier that the volume is coming down. So that's been a big sign for me that I'm not hearing it as loudly, which has been nice.
Right. We went over your films, and what did you think?
My first reaction was, "Is that me?"
I love it. Fantastic.
Because it was, it looked like one of the models that you showed me.
Of a normal.
Of a normal head and neck curvature, and I was very happy to see that the work we've done is paying off.
Yeah, fantastic. So we set up a care plan. We were seeing you initially. We saw you did a boot camp. We saw you daily for 1 week.
Yep.
Then we saw you 3 times a week for 10 weeks. We're teaching you therapeutic exercises. We're doing our hand adjustment. We're doing mirror image adjusting to push to create the head translation.
Right.
We're working on the arch. You're doing it in-office traction. You're doing home traction. There's a lot going on there.
Sure.
And we would do our updates not with x-rays but with photographic studies, and we could see on some of them, oh boy, they're starting to get a postural shift.
Right.
Then today, dun 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 dun, we take the post x-ray and we see a big change.
Yeah, it was great to see that.
Yeah, fantastic. And we still see from that there's still work to be done in certain areas, so we'll continue on with that.
Right.
But certainly I think it's and we see this over and over with different patients, that the objective results, the actual postural structural changes, are very commonly linked to a patient feeling better.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, I just overall, I've noticed a change in just overall health.
Good. And you said this now twice, and I don't want to minimize that. So, in our desire to give people relief on the big bad symptom that they've got, but there's a piece about this is that we just want to be as healthy as possible. I mean, so you're super fit. You take care of yourself. You make sure that you're putting effort into it. You want to feel good, and you want your body to function. Chiropractic, certainly, that's been its historical focus has been on having people be the best version of themselves that they could possibly be.
Yeah, and I certainly feel like that. Just as getting older, you want to just continue to try to feel good, and this has certainly been not something I was expecting from visiting a chiropractor, but I'm glad that it's paying off.
Fantastic. All right, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Good. And okay, so one of the main subluxations is on the very bottom of your neck, and we saw when we just took the post x-ray that we made a really nice improvement. So we're going to just keep this process going. I'd say we probably got about 60% of the reduction. We're going to just keep working on this. So we're going to set this one segment back into place. You're going to take a deep breath in and all the way out. Exhale. And we're going to lift up on this one segment, nice and easy. Beautiful. Very good. Very good. Okay. So what we're going to do on this adjustment is we're going to create a right head shift. You're pushing your ear down against the table. Now, I'm going to go like this, and you shift straight down, and you do the work, and I'm just going to create the little drop. And this is like part of your maneuver 3. So shift down, shift and shift and shift. Bravo. Now we just took the comparative x-ray, so we have the advantage of some new information. And the bottom vertebra improved really well, but we want to just keep increasing the curve right here. So we're going to lift up like this, and we're just going to create a little tension. I'm just going to give my knee just a little help. Fantastic. And one more. William, just stretch up over, and I'm going to just create some tension. Bravo. Okay, so this is your maneuver number 3. Your head is shifted to the left this way, so we're going to shift it to the right.
Right.
So you're going to lead with your earlobe, and you're going to push your head to the right like that. Good. Eyes in the center. Keep your head up like that. Good. Keep shifting. 8, 9, 10. Come back. Good. Let's do that again. So we're going to shift over to the side. Good. And tip the chin up a little bit. Good. Keep shifting to the right. Good. Beautiful. Good. Come back. Fantastic. And do that again. Good. Keep shifting. Keep shifting. Keep shifting. Keep shifting. And relax. Good. And we're going to do it just one more time. And shift over like this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. Let's do maneuver 4. Standing with your back to the wall. Yep. So we're going to put the block behind your pelvis. Now, we looked from the post x-ray. We know that we want to engage the abdomen in this way a little bit more. So we're going feet forward, pelvis back. You're pressing hard against the block. You're pulling your abdomen in like this. You're going to press your head straight forward. Like that. Let's keep the chin down just a little bit more, just like that. Perfect. Now, just at the top of the neck, we're going to create more curve. Good. Hold it like that, and then we're just going to pull back. Beautiful. Very good. Hold it just like that. Good. Let's do that again. That was really good. Good. So we're going to pull the abdomen, and you're drawing the belly in this way. You're pulling the shoulders back. Let's press the head straight forward, William, like that, and then curve like this, and then retract. Bravo. Just hold it just like that. Very good. And that's your maneuver 4. We're here with William's traction setup. Now because we've just taken a re-x-ray, we've changed it slightly, but basically his initial worst reversal was between C3 and C4. Now that has improved dramatically, so we're pulling it up. He had a slight we had a decrease in curve between C2 and C3, and that's where we're targeted right now. We've got it at plus 20 degrees. We've got a high stabilization in the back, and this setup allows the C2 vertebra to go into extension to create more curve as we're pulling the curve in here. We've got 25 pounds in the front and a back pull like this, and over time, little by little, this will pull the curve back into his neck. Now, it's been really effective so far, but to always be progressing with this, when we take the comparative x-rays, we make our appropriate changes to keep the process moving forward. And this is William's traction setup that's going to get it the rest of the correction.
I was just talking with William about his experience with correcting his neck curve and him getting tremendous relief of TMJ pain, temporomandibular joint pain. Let's look at this. So the green line is normal, he's the red line. He actually has a reversal of the neck curve. That reversal causes tension, like his curve is supposed to be like this. It's reversed, it's causing tension on the spinal cord. It's literally slamming against the cord. So we come up with a therapeutic exercise, an in-office traction, a home traction, an adjustment to pull this curve back in. Now we look at the first x-ray, it's taken on 5/7/25. We worked together for 36 visits over the course of 2.5 months, 5/7 to 7/29/25, 2.5 months later, we take this comparative x-ray and look at the beautiful curve he built. Matter of fact, he built a little bit too much curve there, but our real focus was to pull this area to get it back into curve. Over the course of this care, his symptoms dramatically decreased and he started to feel really good. His body started to heal because we were taking stress off the nerves. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the numbers and see if we can make some sense of this. So the normal curve in the neck is supposed to be normally minus 42 degrees. It's just a measurement to say what's the arc of the neckline. So in minus, these are minus, and if our curve is like this, it would be plus, so it's all supposed to be minus. And the research tells us between each cervical, C stands for cervical, they're the neck vertebra, what the normal angles are supposed to be at 8 minus 8 degrees, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8. When you get to the top part of the neck up here, the curve should be a little steeper at minus 10. That's the ideal normal for most people. This is the findings of William's first x-ray that we took in men. Now we notice over here between C3 and C4, it's supposed to be minus 8 degrees, but he's plus 4.3. He actually has a vertebra that's going in the opposite direction. That's causing stress on the spinal cord itself. We look between C2 and C3, it's supposed to be, the curve's supposed to be a little steeper there. He's at minus 10. Wow, he only has less than 1 degree. So we worked together for these 36 visits over these 2.5 months, and we take this comparative x-ray. Now I think the biggest change right here in this C3, C4 went from plus 4.3 to minus 7.5. As the curve increased, it took the stress off the spinal cord. The area above it went from 0.9, it's supposed to be minus 10, it went from minus 0.9 to minus 3.1. And the whole curve, which is supposed to be minus 42, and it was at minus 25, it went to minus 46.5. Made a dramatic improvement in the curve and about reducing the stress on the spinal cord. It took stress off the spinal nerves and the cranial nerves, and that's where you got the spinal and the TMJ relief from. Correct the posture, correct the spinal structure, take the stress off the nerve system, and that's how we can heal from TMJ.